6.3 is almost here, and so is the brand new first half character for 6.3, Columbina. In this video, I'm taking you over everything you do need to know in order to pre-farm her and take her from level 1 to 90, max out all her talents, and then some artifact recommendations as well, alongside what you can and cannot farm, because there is some important stuff you cannot farm right now, so be sure to pay close attention. Kicking off with the general stuff first, of course, purple books wise, you will need about 419 purple books in order to have enough to take her from level 1 to 90. And when it comes to Mora amount, you will need about 7.1 million Mora in order to fully have enough to take her from level 1 to 90 and max out all her talents. Of course, that does not include leveling up artifacts. That's going to be separate costs and such. That is just going to be what you do need to, again, take her level 1 to 90 and max out all her talents. And then for her gemstones, Columbina is a hydro character, so of course she is going to require the hydro drops. Just like any other character, you will need a total of 1 of the green ones, 9 of the blue ones, 9 of the purple ones as well, and a total of 6 of the gold ones. If you've been playing for a while, you definitely do not have a shortage. As you can see, I have a bunch here that I can just convert up. But if you don't have enough for whatever reason, or you're a newer player, do not fret, it is pretty easy to get these. One way is to convert your other X's gemstones to that thanks to the help of the dust, which you can acquire from just the Stardust Exchange. Go here, purchase the amount you need, don't overbuy obviously. So you just pick a one that you have excess of, let's just go ahead and say like Electro or something. Or I guess as it shows here, Pyro, you would just take the ones you would need. As you see, it requires 1 of the actual ones you would be converting to and then some of the dust. The dust amount does go up depending on the rarity, so keep that in mind. The other way would obviously be getting the gemstones where they do originate from, which is going to be boss drops. So you can check the enemies in the Adventurer's Handbook, pick a boss that has the gemstone and farm it like that. Personally, I would recommend picking a boss that does have a boss drop that you would need for an existing character you want to level, because of course you don't just want to waste stamina on this unless you're fully endgame and you just happen to have none. If you're still progressing, just try to find a boss that does at least give you a material to level up an existing character you want to level, which would bring me to the next point, Columbina's boss material. It's going to be from the Frost Knight Hera in Not Cry, requiring a total of 46 of these. This ties into the gemstone because you can see it drops both the hydro and cryo once. You're not guaranteed a hydro drop, but you can still get them, so I'd recommend farming this one because obviously you're going to need them from Columbina if you don't have enough of the hydro gemstones. And then location wise, I just hit go here. If you don't have it unlocked, it is right here, so there is also a teleport right beside it. You can just go ahead and teleport here. Once you go ahead and teleport, it is just going to be forward right there. Go up to it. I'm not going to fight it because I have a friendship team going here, but once you go up to it, it will just automatically start, and you can do whatever you want to kill it. Because once again, you need a total of 46 of those materials. So the first material I want to talk about that is not farmable is her specialty. The specialty that you originally would need 168 like for other characters for is unfortunately not available and will be available with a map expansion in 6.3. So unfortunately, you cannot farm it. You're just going to have to wait for 6.3 to drop. When the update does drop, definitely just open a interactive map and go ahead and farm it. When it does drop, the actual material is going to be called the Winter Ice Leah. So once 6.3 does drop, search Winter Ice Leah and you will be able to find it, or just look for the icon on whatever it does release. You can track it in game for what you want, or you can just use the interactive map. Just again, you have to wait for 6.3 to drop to farm it. The enemy material she's going to use is actually going to be slimes this time, so not something new from Not Cry, which you potentially might not have. If you've been playing for a while, you probably have an abundance of these like I do here, so you probably don't really need to farm these. But the total amount you would require is 36 gray ones, 96 green ones, and 129 of purple ones, and 129 of the blue ones to have everything. If you're low on these, of course, you can just either convert if you have like a bunch of these and you just need to convert like I would here. If you just genuinely don't have enough, go ahead and track the slimes here. It will give it and mark everywhere. You can go to them, kill them, and it will give you what you need. Of course, I also recommend using the interactive map for this because if I teleport here, there is a place that actually doesn't get marked, which is also like a pretty infamous part for actual 2 slimes. Did not mean to have that to happen. I'm just going to run here and show you what I mean. Okay, because of that, it thought spawning for some reason. Pretty much when you go here, 2 slimes would spawn. Just use interactive map because some stuff like that is not going to pick up on the map. Interactive map shows you truly what is everywhere on the map, at least marked down, so you can actually get to optimal farming. The talent book she is going to use is the Teachings of Moonlight in Not Cry, which is, as you see here, available Monday, Thursday, and Sunday. The total amount you need is 9 green ones, 63 blue ones, and 114 purple ones to have enough to crown everything. To get the crowns, you would need a total of 3 crowns to obviously triple crown her, if you are going for that. For every talent you are not crowning, just subtract 1. Funny enough, as I'm recording this, the actual Moonlight is available. Here is the location just in case you do need it. Again, right here, Moonlight is available as I'm uploading this. At least for NA servers, I don't know about the rest, but yeah, you would just go here and then on Monday, Thursday, and Sunday, you could farm it. And then finally, about weekly materials, there is also going to be a brand new weekly boss. I'm not going to say who it is for spoiler reasons, obviously, but there's going to be a brand new weekly boss that you're probably going to need to progress in story, beat it, and then you could probably do it, or just use the Adventurer's Handbook. I'm pretty sure it will give you an option to fight it. So 6.3 is going to release a brand new weekly boss that you are going to need for Columbina. When it does release, you will need a total of 18 of them if you want the triple crowner, because you need 6 for each talent. So the week of the update, save your weekly runs, you're going to want to use it on there. Now about her artifact sets. So there's primarily 2 artifact sets you want to run on her for her role. One of them is going to be one of the brand new sets in 6.3, which is going to be the main one you do run on her. The 2-piece will increase EM by 80, and the 4-piece when the equipment character is off field, lunar reaction damage increases by 20%, and when the party's moon sign level is at least Ascendant Gleam, lunar reaction damage will further be increased by 40%, and the effect disappears after the equipping character is active for 3 seconds. Columbia's main role is going to be a off-field sub-DPS, who also can buff lunar damage, and this artifact set does further amplify that role. She is going to be the main one that does hold this set, and the 2-piece increasing EM is also going to be very nice because a lot of this lunar stuff is related to EM, and the 4-piece is just going to be a massive increase for any lunar reaction you are doing. You run her on lunar teams, so now all those teams are going to be able to do more damage, even more with Ascendant Gleam, which every not-cry team to full potential is going to have Ascendant Gleam. So this is the primary set you want to run on her. However, while you are farming that set, or if you just don't have a reason you want to run it, or maybe you're running that set on someone else, instead you can use the Silken Moon's Serenade, 2-piece increasing energy recharge by 20%, 4-piece when dealing elemental damage you gain Gleaming Mood Devotion effect for 8 seconds, which increases all parties' EM by 60/120 when party's moon sign is Nascent Gleam or Ascendant Gleam. The equipping character can trigger the effect while off field, and all party members' lunar damage increases by 10% for each different Gleaming Moon effect the party member does have, and the Gleaming Moon effects do not stack. Usually on teams, someone else like Loma or Inefa is going to be holding this Silken set. So ideally, Columbina is going to be holding the new set. That's usually how it goes, but maybe you just happen to put the new set on one of those, and your Columbina isn't running a set and can run Silken. If no one else on the team is also running Silken, you can throw the set on her. So it's something you can use while you do farm. So if you have a good set available, you can use it on her, assuming someone else on the team is not already running the set, which most people already will be having, because unfortunately you can't run the set twice, you can only run it once, so running it on 2 characters on a team is going to be a bit detrimental. So again, personally, just wait for the actual new set to farm a set for her. Once the new set comes out, you can give her that. Doesn't have to be great off the bat, but if you just want a usable set right away, just so you can get to using her in whatever mode, you can slap the Silken set and try to move it off your other characters that might have it, because Silken effect is still really good and she is able to trigger it completely well. 20% ER is good for her burst, and you're able to provide up to 120 EM on these not cry teams because they're always going to be in Ascendant Gleam for the most part, triggering it off field as well, which is what she mainly is going to be, and also can increase lunar reaction damage by 10%, so some extra help there. And that does bring the full Columbina guide to a close. I do hope you found this video helpful. If you did, dropping a like would be greatly appreciated. If you're new to the channel or haven't done so already, be sure to subscribe and turn the bell icon for future videos like this, along with all other types of style content. Check the description to join the Discord server and check out my Arknights channel, and I'll see you later. Peace out.